Okay, YouTube. I want to just talk about building projects and being sure that you got stuff right before you try to put it together. Because I made a mistake yesterday with this thing when I was out there welding stuff on it. And what I'm talking about is you can't move the back wheel to tension the chain. So I welded in a roller wheel so I could tension the chain. And it had a little bit of adjustment, but I put it in the wrong spot. Just moving fast, trying to get it done, anxious to get it done. So anybody that's building something like this, just take your time, you know, and make sure you got stuff right how you want it before you make it secure and permanent. Or you end up in a situation like I'm in where I gotta take it off and redo it. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. So pretty much down here, I got this chain wheel on here. But I welded it in the wrong spot. I did it completely different than I was originally gonna do it, trying to get some adjustment. And when I did that, it pretty much got welded in the wrong spot. So now it won't even loosen up to the point to where I could use it. It's no good. I gotta take it off and re-go at it. So that's what I'm talking about. Now, hold on, I'm gonna get back with you. So this is another project I built a few months back, and the reason I was messing with this is because this clutch is very small. Let me show you something else. This is a McCullen 80cc, McClue or whatever, but it's basically a chainsaw. So I busted this clutch loose last night, trying to figure out what size clutch I needed to run 35 chain on this. I'm gonna probably be putting this on like a razor or dirt bike or a little mini bike or something. So basically what's going on here is this clutch is basically this washer came off from behind this clutch on the McClue. Um, this is the right washer. Let's see if we can get this here to the motor, and this basically lines up with this clutch. But if you can see in there, I got all type of booger weld in there where I done welded this clutch on. So I can't use this clutch. Not that I was going to, but I would have probably. It also has a key in it, machined in it, which is going to be a problem because the McClue shaft doesn't have a key. So I would have needed another clutch anyways. But what I also did was welded it onto the crank. So if anything goes wrong with this motor, it's pretty much trash. The clutch is trash, everything's trash. And that was just me being anxious to get something done and moving quick. And I felt the best thing to do was weld the clutch to the shaft, which that was completely wrong. I shouldn't have never did that. And I will never do this again. This is a big issue of mine right now where I'll be moving quick and overthinking things and then just going at it. And most of the time you end up with a problem. So I just wanted to let people know if you're going to be building something at the house and, making a custom build or something, just take your time, and make sure you got stuff right. Or you end up with situations like this. I can't use this clutch anymore. See those booger welds in there? It's welded to the shaft. So I can't grease the clutch if it needed grease or anything like that. I can't do anything. So that's the problem. If this motor goes bad or something, I'm probably gonna upgrade to like a 79cc Predator or something. Go on. make it a little bit faster or whatever. Just a little small 49cc like bicycle engine on there now. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that. I'm gonna be trying to get this on the mini bike, and I was trying to figure out the clutch size, and I so happen to have the exact clutch that I would have needed, but I can't figure out what size this is. That's a problem. I need to know what size it is, and I can't figure it out. Um, let's see here if I could do this on camera. I'm gonna use the number 2 inch. I can't really see. It's like not a half inch. It's not a half inch. It's a little more than a half inch. I gotta figure out what size that is so I could order one, but I don't even know where to begin to order one of these clutches from. I'm gonna be probably making a bunch of videos on that to try to get somebody to comment so I could figure out what size that is. Because it's not like a 5/8 if I'm not mistaken. It's something different. You know, that's my biggest problem right now. Hold on, let's go back over here to the problem we made yesterday. Okay, so this is a couple clutches. This is basically a 7-tooth clutch, which I got on my little scooter that I'm building. But inside of this, this I guess is a gear reduction. This has like a 9-tooth on it. So I'm banking on cutting this and then using the 9-tooth, which will make me a little faster. Takeoff probably be a little slower, but I'll probably want that on there because I do want to go a little faster. We all want that. So I'm probably going to cut this and make this working on the bike. So as you can see, we got the cover here. Got the cover. It's got an extra bearing in it. So it'll have a dual bearing set up on this 9-tooth, which that should make it move a little better than this 7. And at that point, I might not need this wheel, but I'm probably gonna take off this wheel. Let me show you here what I did. So initially, this this is welded to a little bracket that's coming off of the frame. Let's see if we it's welded to a little, so it has a little space in it. You can see the little bracket down there, right there. But originally, I was just gonna set the bolt on that and weld it. So that's got a little more, it got me higher because this slot comes up off of that bracket about 1/4 inch or so, half inch. So it moved it and I wasn't thinking and compensating for that. So I think I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna take this off and I have another exact piece, and all that is the dropouts to this dirt bike right here. And basically I cut them off of this 3-wheeler. And what happened is I got 2, so I might take and weld them together where I got a long slot and then take and weld them back on and then I can move this wheel further forward, which would give me what I needed. So if this doesn't work, I'm probably gonna do what I just said and make a longer slot so I can move forward and back, which is probably still gonna happen even if this goes on there, but that's where I'm at. But she's coming together. Let me let you guys check her out. It's a little preview. I think I'm gonna spray this pipe black and then spray the frame green. Got a little bit of green in the back. That's pretty much how she's gonna look. Let me let you guys check this out. This is how this is kind of gonna look there. A little three wheeler there. Got us a pipe on this as well. See, I got a bolt welded into the frame with a bracket on the pipe, so it can have some extra structure and not just crack like the last one did we had on here. See how we come off of the motor and wrap down and around to the location like a regular bike. I think I need to cut that little bolt off, but I might use a cap still. I don't know. So that's where we're at. This is pretty much done. I just need to put tubes in the back wheels and the chain back on, pull start, put the throttle on, run some fuel line, get my brakes hooked up. But this here is what I'm gonna do today. One other thing is I need to figure out some situation for this little gas tank I made. It's just a old simple lemonade bottle that I put a brake adjustment screw in at the bottom. You can see that there. And I sealed it with tank sealer. So it's a gas tank I had for a few years. It's got like a little hole in the top so it can breathe. But another thing is how close that chain's gonna be to this thing. And if I use this, it's gonna be covered. Cause I would cut this in about like right there where that line is by my finger. And same thing over here. But it will be covered. So I think I'm gonna go this way. But I think I'm still gonna make to the adjustments that I said possible on this chain tensioner by welding the two pieces together, flipping them sideways so I got slot movement and welding that back on. I think that's the best interest, you know. So I think we're gonna do that in a little while. See, we got us a pole welded in here. We welded a couple of brackets on there so we could drill through and mount to the bottom of the seat. I also was considering making a little more come back, but I don't think it's pretty thick. You know, this is how thick the wood is. So that's a pretty thick piece of wood. Um, I don't know. We'd be all right. That's 149 Tahiti treat. We got a little cowl on it, trying to make it look like something here. That's where we at. So once again, man, you guys just take your time with your projects and ensure that you got stuff right how you want it, you know, before you make them permanent. Or you gotta go back and fix things and stuff, you know, and it's not really fun cutting your stuff all back apart once you made it the way you got and wanted to make it. So, but this is small. This isn't really a big issue. I'm going to address this issue and I'll be back. Stay tuned. Ram.